Hey, it's your professional sarcastic man and seeker of attention, Oz Chris, here with reviews on Justice League Odyssey number 2, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 32, and the latest of the What If Thor was raised by frost giants. So we'll start off with Justice League. This is another good issue. So you got the foil cover here. I also got the Terry Dodson cover with thick Jessica Cruz as always. Definitely needed to get that cover. All the Justice League ones, I've been getting both covers. I definitely love them. So I'm willing to spend like extra money just to get those covers. So in this issue, Darkseid reveals his intentions for being there. While it is pretty much for his own intentions, because it's just like, hey, the multiverse is at threat, so it needs you. So, as he says, the multiverse needs you, therefore, so do I. But more importantly, will need me. You will need me, obviously. So, of course, I don't trust him until Darkseid shows him the supposed monuments to Starfire. And then that's where the rest of the plot kicks in. The whole Odyssey team, although that's not what they're called, the whole Odyssey team finds out about these statues, apparently, Starfire, and then also the rest, as it's shown in the end of the first issue. They're all being worshipped as these old gods by the citizens or the population within the Ghost Sector for some reason, and that's just the main premise so far of this issue. So, another good issue. Unfortunately, this is the last one where I believe Sajik is doing the interior because of the delays because of the huge delays. He won't be able to do interiors anymore for it. So I believe he's just sticking with the covers. I don't know if I know the next few covers are still Sajik covers. I'm not sure if it's going to continue like that because, it happens, but at least, they told us. Not like with New Age of Heroes where the artist just changed randomly and there was like really no, unless you read solicits, there was no word of it. So Justice League Odyssey, definitely still continuing to be a good read. And we go on to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 32, the second issue in Bennett's run. This is still another good issue. While I still like Kyle Higgins' one, Bennett is still doing a pretty good job so far. So, this new Ranger, the Solar Ranger, although not named as such, has stolen the Power Dagger, I believe it's called, or referred to as, and taken everyone's power, so they can't. So all the reserve power on the Promethea is now gone. So they can't escape, and using their power, they now have to use their powers sparingly, more so than before. What I definitely liked in this issue is that it's beginning to pair up this Ranger team together. So you have Mike and Tanya are going to be working alongside each other. Heckle and Ranger Slayer Kim, because of their similar kind of past, and it does explain how why this Heckle is the Dark Ranger. He's from the future. He's from the Dino Charge's future, and as shown in the previous issue, he avoids the Dino Charge Rangers because they're from a time where Heckle is still a villain, so it would probably cause a lot more problems than they already have. It'll just add to the troubles they have already of being trapped in a universe without the morphing grid. So he's a bit kind of conflicted and has to hide himself, despite the fact that he's now a good guy. And then also Heckle and the Green Samurai Ranger, they're kind of working together as well. So it's another good issue for that. We learn a bit more about the Solar Ranger. Her name is Alarian. She apparently stole this power for some reason, and the ones that are searching for her found her. The Crimson Raiders, the servants of the Praetor, looking for it. It's called the Solarix. That's what her powers are called, and we get the main introduction to what will be the overall plot. So another good issue. loving the cover as always. The interior art, I'm still not a big fan on the interior art. I did like the previous one. But it'll probably grow on me. It's not that bad. It's just, and a lot of parts, it just seems like they want to use a lot of darker tones there, but I don't know. It's just not a big fan of the interior art. So the next one is, what if Thor was raised by the Frost Giant? So pretty much swapping the history of Thor and Loki. So instead of Loki's dad being killed, it's instead Odin, and Thor is the one that's adopted, not Loki. So pretty much it does like this little opening just said is like recounts, oh, this is what happened. Odin defeated Laufey and then discovered Loki and adopted him, and then it's just like but what if the fates favored Laufey in that regard, and this is what happened. And Odin is killed and Laufey adopts Thor, raises him as his ward, as his son. And from the get-go, him and Loki form a friendship, as, you know, Loki is a bit different from the other Frost Giants, so they have a connection. They're both outcasts, so they form a brotherly bond, as there are technically brothers now, but as they age, Thor proves himself a bit more to Laufey, as such that Laufey will make him king of the Frost Giants, give him Ice Crusher, coincidentally a hammer, to him when he proves himself worthy of being king, while Loki starts to become more of an outcast, and he spends time with Freya, Thor's mother, and they start to connect, and Loki's powers, his magical powers, start to develop more, and it's pretty much, and then later on their conflict when Loki and Freya decide to escape, and Laufey and Thor decide to confront them. So this was another good one. I definitely enjoyed this one as well. Except for the Ghost Rider one, a lot of the what ifs have been good, and this was another good one. So if I had to rank it, I'd place this at second. This is my second favorite one. First being a tie between the Flash Thompson becoming Spider-Man, and then Peter Parker becoming Punisher. So those two first. What if Thor second? Definitely, this is a definite recommend. I really enjoyed this story. It was definitely a good story. And then the X-Men one. Then at the bottom you have the terrible Ghost Rider one, which is, depending on next week's one, which is the last one, the magic one. We'll see. It'll probably stay at the bottom. So another good issue. 3 good issues of these respective titles. Definitely recommend picking any of these up. They've been solid reads so far. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.